Rant summer is here. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to ajsrantroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed. It's always lit over at ajsrantroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to ajsrantroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what's good? It's Tuesday. Is there ever a way to be excited about Taco Tuesday? I have many options. Yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope all is well. Welcome in. Welcome to the Lunchtime Rant. I'm your boy AJ. Hope all is good in the hood. Y'all are funny. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it. We got a little bit to cover today. It probably won't be. Well, we'll see what happens. I don't want to ever estimate how long or short the show is gonna be. But we'll get to Malcolm-Jamal Warner in a moment. But let's do some preamble. So the WNBA's All-Star game was this past weekend, and I didn't watch. I don't know if you did, but if you did watch, enjoy. It ain't for me. I tried to watch like four games. Even the two of them were like Caitlin Clark games, and I just couldn't get it. It just doesn't. For me, like if that's what you aspire to, well, do you, but it ain't for me. Maybe I'll try again. There's always those days where you want to experiment, pause, but anyway, so after all the festivities and the game and all of that stuff, a few of them decided to go out. And for some reason, they thought in going out that they would somehow, I don't know, be welcomed everywhere, whatever. Some of them are feminine, some of them are not. Some of them are lesbians, some of them are not. But I'm not saying that's why you got rejected, but I'm just saying.
Hey, boss man.
Y'all got a section?
Yo.
It's down here. That is.
No, but we with Angel though.
With sections, you gotta go. Everybody gotta go there. Verify who y'all are.
So where the sections at?
And I get the guys who bring y'all in.
Well, we in the W and shit, so we just got done at the All-Star game. So like, I'm sorry, we don't need. I ain't even trying to be funny, but we should not be waiting in no line. Oh God. Yeah, come on, you better hurry up while we get in. Come on, we getting in right now. Come on. Yeah, she with me. What you doing?
I know. I need to count. I need
Tati,
to
go. Tati, go. I'm good. Tati, go. Y'all with me. Go, Mom. These all my people. Man, y'all, why we finna fucking go, bro? Because they doing too much. Come on. We can go somewhere else. Come on.
I'm sorry. I need to make sure.
Come on, bro.
Go. We go.
They just talking about, oh, we can only have 7, huh? What are you talking about, man? That's crazy to me.
Where you going?
We all get it Sports Illustrated.
We got we too deep.
all go to Sports Illustrated. We don't gotta deal with this shit. This ghetto ass shit.
First of all, if you have to start battle rapping your stats and your resume, there's a strong chance that you're not as important as you think you are. Nobody of importance has to sit there and tell them that they've done Sports Illustrated. They just did the All-Star game. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. If y'all were really important, here's how it would have gone down. When you're a real celebrity, when you really bout it, your people call ahead. And they say, hey, we're going to have X, Y, and Z at the place. You know, we're going to drop X amount of money, because all it is at the end of the day is about money. If y'all had the money, nobody cared that you showed up looking like bull daggers. You let the bull daggers in. The bull daggers paid a lot of money to be here. Nobody knows who you are. You're not a draw to the club. It's not like you're a celebrity endorsement that they need. They don't. Now, if you were Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese, and I believe the first woman said she was with Angel, which I was assuming she was talking about Angel Reese, but Angel Reese is in a different league than you. I'm sorry to break the news to you. Also, if we're going to let all y'all in, you got to know that y'all going to spend comparable money. This is a business. Thirdly, I'm assuming this is probably a straight establishment. So generally in heterosexual spaces, the bouncers and the police officers who are there to protect the space or to let y'all in know what they're looking for in terms of clientele and who to let in, because you need eye candy and you want beautiful people there, right? You want beautiful, sexy people who are attracted to each other to buy each other drinks and have all the fun, right? You're in a wife beater with pink hair, which is fine. We don't care about the pink hair, but clearly, I don't know what dude is going to try to mac. And I'm not shading you, I don't care. Live your life, do as you wish, do what you want, but you got to understand it's a business from their perspective. And if you were really important, your people would have called ahead and they would have been told that they would have been known. The police would have been told in their earpiece that you're on your way and that you're there. So when you just decide to pop up somewhere and you're not a known name, yeah, nobody cares. So when you have to start saying, yeah, fuck this, I did Sports Illustrated, yeah, man, bump this, you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Yeah, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. You're not as big. This is why y'all up here crying, like I said in yesterday's show. Y'all up here crying about pay disparities in a league that ain't turned no profit. You're detached from reality. You got to know how far your fame actually goes. Now, if LeBron rolled up to that door, first of all, they already know LeBron's coming. Even if they know 5 minutes before, they know LeBron's coming. And even if LeBron changes his mind at the last minute, you know LeBron. If Steph Curry wanted to do it, hell, if Karl Anthony Towns wanted to do it, yeah, they're gonna be there. Who you? I don't even know her name. That's how ridiculous. I don't even know your name. But if I saw Angel Reese or Caitlin Clark, I instantly know who they are. They are recognizable figures in the WNBA. So what you should have done, if you were in fact there with Angel Reese, you should have been there right when Angel Reese got there. Because in my eyes, you're just part of the entourage. You might be players. You might even be better players than Angel Reese. But Angel Reese is the recognizable figure here. So you want to show up with that person. You don't want to show up with... I can't say that. people nobody cares about, and then try to inflate yourself into something you're not. It ain't that serious, but you embarrassed yourself, and hopefully you got a little humble pie out of it, and you really understand, because a lot of times a lot of these people, even on social media, even like TikTokers who have like millions of followers, they don't really you're not really that famous. You're not really that famous. There are known people, there are working talent. Like, you have famous actors and then you have working actors, right? Then you have famous celebrity sports figures, and then you have sports figures who make a good living, but you don't necessarily know their name, right? So they can't be like busting in the door like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm such and such. Know the stretch of your celebrity, and you won't get embarrassed like this, people. I'm embarrassed for you. Do you know who I am? That's just another way of saying that. No, they clearly don't know who you are, nor do they care. And y'all making a scene about it. That's what makes it even funnier. Yeah, you dropped my name where in Atlanta? Nobody know me. Atlanta. Oh Lord. Jesus. They know my name there. Run. Uh local video. Anyway, so Stephen Colbert, let's move on. Stephen Colbert responded to Donald Trump's Truth Social post celebrating the cancellation of his show, and I don't know. Does he sound pressed? You be the judge.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings."
I mean, did he lie? I mean, did Donald Trump lie? Did he tell a fib? Yeah, okay.
How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
Oh, so genius. So genius. Yeah, he's pressed. And I don't first of all, Donald Trump don't have that kind of pull where he could call a network and be like, "Yo, cancel that show." If the Stephen Colbert show was actually doing the numbers and pulling in the money and the advertisers and all of that stuff, trust me, they ain't getting rid of that show. I heard the budget was in the hundreds of millions. He has a staff. He has a way like super bloated staff. Over 200 people work there. For what? Why do y'all need? I have nobody over here. I have nobody. I would like 2 people. I wish I had the budget for 2 people. You got 200 people over there eating, a bloated staff, a crazy budget that is bleeding the network. And this is like you're like the WNBA of CBS. You're just taking, and giving very little or nothing at all. That's why your show got canned. Your show didn't get canned because it was this great thing. And I kind of feel like these shows are like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not untouchable, but it's another word for like these type of shows where they become like staples, like the late show, the late show, the late night with blah blah blah, and then you have like the View, and these are like these staple shows that for some reason seem untouchable, and it seemed like, well, we could cancel it, but we're not going to because it's part of the culture, which these shows aren't really part of the culture anymore. Nobody talks about these shows on the regular. Have you ever pulled a Stephen Colbert clip and said this is just very funny? No, I've never. I don't know much about this man's show. I don't know his band lead. Remember, you used to know the band leaders. Used to know, like, the show had so much personality. You just knew it. I don't know none of these people. Who is it? Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon's the other one. There's another Jimmy, right? Um, There's another Jimmy. It's Jimmy Fallon, and then there's another one, right? And then there was the South African dude that quit, right? What was his Trevor? That was his name. But there's another Jimmy, and so you got two Jimmys. You got this dude, and then you had the South African. I think of all of those, I would probably pick Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, he would be the one that I would pick, and that's like being the best house on a bad block. That's literally like being the best house on a bad block. So why would you aspire to that? You know, I miss the Lettermans and the Lenos and the Arsenio Halls, and that's the stuff that was like cultural and like really, you know, cornerstones Kimmel. Thank you, Jimmy Kimmel. Um, I don't think he's funny. I think I actually did. I got paid to sit in Jimmy Kimmel's audience. I think I did back when I lived in LA. I got paid to sit in the Jimmy Kimmel audience. I believe it was Jimmy Kimmel, and it was another show. Was it what's his name? The comedian, gray hair, glasses. We've talked about him on this show. I'm so horrible with names. I got to get better with that. That's just terrible. Um, Real time, not with Prince Blue. That's another- Bill Maher. There we go. Bill Maher. I think I did audience work for Bill Maher as well. So I think I sat in that audience too and clapped for whatever they paid me to do, whatever. Um and I don't know if they did that back in like the 90s and the 2000s or whatever, but if they paid audience members then, I don't know, but I know now because there's such a saturation of shows. No one really follows these shows like they used to because there's just so much programming. There's so much now that you don't have like three major networks, and now it's, you have all of these streaming platforms and all of these choices, thousands and thousands of choices. And so it's kind of hard to reel in a couple of real ones all the time. Run me my check. Where is Prince? He's probably listening in, Jim. Run me my check, Prince. I got I got a Target order. I need to put in. I gotta get some new supplements from the vitamin shop. So hook a brother up. Anyway, yeah, Stephen, you're pressed, you're mad. It's unfortunate that your bloated staff won't be able to collect their paychecks anymore. What the hell do you have to? Why do you need 200 people on the staff to run this show? You could do this show with 50 people. You could probably do the show with 25 people. But you have a person who's a person. You're not supposed to handle this piece of paper. He is. You don't pick up the grapes, you pick up the strawberries. Like, what are you doing at that point? I understand you have writers, you have producers, you have researchers. I understand that, right? But you can still do it with no more than 50 people. You don't need a staff of 200 people. You don't. You really, really don't. But I get it. It's television. If the money's there and we're going to milk it, now the gravy train is coming to an end. Now you got to go get a real job. You can't hide behind all of the talented producers and writers and other people that got you your weekly paycheck. Anyway, we'll be back with our tribute to Malcolm-Jamal Warner. So, as we all know now, actor, musician, poet, just all around artist, director Malcolm-Jamal Warner passed away on July 20th, in Costa Rica. And for me, I don't, I don't care if it's not for you, but for me, this is like Kobe Bryant all over again. And I know I talked about that yesterday in the rant experience, but it was a small little moment. But I'd had to give like a bigger segment to this because that's what it's like for me, right? When you have people who are aspirational figures in the industry or in your life. Yeah, he was one of those people because he was literally Theo Huxtable. Literally, like his life wasn't like perfect. Like no one's saying the man was perfect, but he wasn't falling out. He wasn't cracked out. All around from he's just one of the people you can't say a bad thing about him. You can't. You just can't say a bad thing about Malcolm-Jamal Warner. There's no way. If you have a bad story, I would be shocked if you ever said he was rude on set or he was demanding or he pulled a WNBA "Do you know who I am" move. Like, no, that's not in his character. That's not in his character. And he was just so understated and so talented. Like, and looking at his background, like I didn't know he directed a New Edition's "Any Heartbreak" video at Eddie Murphy's house. He was young. He was really young at that time. Directing other hip hop videos. I was like, yo, this dude was like, he was a stand up dude. But you got to understand, I was jealous of Theo Huxtable. I wanted Theo Huxtable's life. I wanted two parents and some money and be able to go to college and not worry about how you gonna pay for it and all of that other stuff. Have people to give you advice. Have people to really hold you down when stuff hits the fan. Have a big nice house to go back to in case life starts lifing. You met him. You met him at the National Black Theater Festival. I didn't meet him. Was I there that year? Noel? I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't meet him at the National Black Theater Festival. Well, good for you. I'm. I love that for you, Noel. Anyway, um. So, like I said, he passed away at the July 20th, 2025, at the age of 54, while swimming at Playa Coles in Limon Province, Costa Rica. Authorities reported he was caught in a high current and drowned. Bystanders pulled him from the ocean, but he was declared lifeless upon reaching the shore. The official cause of death was confirmed as asphyxia by submersion due to drowning. Listen, like I said last night on the rant experience, life is short. And don't wait until it's your numbers up to decide to start changing things. So you said tomorrow yesterday, you said tomorrow the day before that, you said tomorrow the day before that. How about now? How about now, people? Now. We ain't promised the next 5 minutes. I could literally drop dead on this live stream right now, or literally something could come through this window behind me and take me out unannounced. So you ain't promised anything. So stop living in this prison of, oh, I'm scared of what it's going to look like. I'm scared of being laughed at. Let them laugh. Let them laugh. Let them mock you. Let them say you're a loser. Let them say, oh, you fell off. Let them say all of the nasty things they want to say to you. But the one thing they can't say is that you played it safe and you didn't try. Boom. Well, if you're going to lose weight, well, start now. If you want to change your eating lifestyle, start now. And I'm not talking about a diet. I'm talking about your lifestyle. Right. Don't wait till your body starts breaking down to start getting responsible. Do it before. Yeah. You want to get closer to God? You want to be more spiritual? Well, start now. Yeah. What you waiting for? Yeah. You want to travel? Start now. You want to explore the country? Start now. I went on a whole 2-year adventure exploring the South. It was great. Most of the time. There was some moments I was like, oof. But it was great. for the most part. Mm-hmm. Write it down, make it plain. You think this man went to Costa Rica thinking this is my last day on Earth? You think the person that woke up this morning going to work dies in a car or some kind of freak accident? You think that they thought that was gonna happen? Oh man. Listen, Brian. Okay, so you got your knee surgically repaired 12 times. Okay, so what do you need to not have a 13th? That's what you're working with, right? Okay. So what's the commitment? What's the commitment? Write it down, make it plain, people. Having it in your floating in your head is not going to help. You got to write it down and make it plain, and then you have to walk it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like and we'll, for me with health and fitness, I didn't understand the psychological aversion to it because I had abused my body for so long, right? I overworked out, I overtrained, I over this, I over that. And then when I didn't have to do it anymore, my whole thing was like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing none of that. But then it starts to affect your health because your body's like, you can't sit here and become a tub of lard. So you need to figure some stuff out. So I had to psychologically figure out what the block was and get clear, Oh, well, there we go. There's your good news, as Robin would say. Yes, come on now. Come on, down 65. Yes, write it down, make it plain, and walk it out, people. Congratulations, Brian. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. But also I didn't know in his how he got his name. I had a feeling Malcolm X was part of it. I always felt like Malcolm X was why his name was Malcolm. And I was right. He was named after Malcolm X and the famous pianist Ahmad Jamal. So acclaimed jazz pianist Ahmad Jamal, who passed away, I believe 2023. I believe he passed away recently. His mother chose the name. His mother and his father chose the name to honor influential African American leaders and the renowned jazz pianist, as I said. He's from Jersey City. Malcolm-Jamal was born in Jersey City, the real New Jersey, unlike Trenton, New Jersey. He was born in the real New Jersey. And the dude was just gifted. And listen. I'm not fat phobic. I just know that it's not healthy. And when I see people complaining or thinking that overnight life is going to change, and it's like, no, think about the 12 months you have every year, right? And think about how you use those 12 months every year. So if your aspiration is to save a certain amount of money or to go here or to lose this amount of weight or whatever, you got to map that out over the 12 months. How does that look realistically with your lifestyle and everything? How does that look realistically? And then walk it out. Walk it the hell on out. So I'm not phobic. I just want better for folks. That's it. I just want better for people. Hey, it is what it is. But anyway, so this is a Malcolm-Jamal's last social media post right before he passed away.
What's good? Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer and You know, life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So, find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and I'll be back soon.
Now, did you think when he recorded that he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to die"? No, no. It was just another day, just an ordinary sunny day in Atlanta, and just wanted to post some positivity in the world. And here's the thing, positivity is not popular. You know, he wasn't falling out of clubs, he wasn't drugged out, he wasn't out here cursing out former cast members. He just wasn't that guy. In fact, I think all of the Cosby kids are like that. They all have the same temperament, even Lisa Bonet. They just have the same temperament where they're just not out here wilding. They just live very simple lives. They acknowledge the privilege they have, and they move on. You move on with it. And I think about like, hey, what would be my, you just never know. Like, what would be my last social media post? What would that look like? And I just pray and I hope it's not like yelling at somebody. Uh, just you just hope it's not something, crazy, right? You just hope like, okay, can I leave you with something? And so, it is what it is. But yes, TMC did catch him in the airport, Cajun. And he was beaming, on his way. You're not thinking, okay, in a few hours, I'm no longer going to be here. You know, again, you don't know. You don't know when, you don't know where. His former he was in addition to the Cosby Show, his other like huge big sitcom was Malcolm and Eddie. For those who don't know, and this was Eddie Griffin's post regarding Malcolm Jamal. He says, "My heart is heavy today. For what the world lost was a father, a son, a poet, a musician, a actor, a teacher, a writer, a director, a friend, a warrior that I had the pleasure of going to war with against the Hollywood machine and sometimes with each other, because that's what brothers do. But the love was and is always there. You've taught me so much, and I thank you. Rest well, my big little brother." Oh, Jesus. This just goes back to Kobe for me. This is another Kobe Bryant moment. Um, do you remember like where you were when you got the news and what you were doing? And so, you know, I know for some people, oh, he's just another actor. No, you got to understand how immersed in the culture he was and how many different artists he worked with, not as an actor, but as a director, as a poet, as a composer. He played the bass, I believe, and the guitar. And so this dude had a multitude of gifts, and he gave his gifts, to, and I think that's a lot of times we get so caught up in the money of it all that we don't lend our talent sometimes, and it's good to lend your talent sometimes. Um, so I want to go to uh a couple of my I couldn't find one of my favorite Cosby Show moments because it doesn't stream anywhere because of obviously Bill Cosby. But so the show doesn't stream anywhere, so I couldn't find, and I never bought like the box set. Do they still sell the box sets of the Cosby Show? If they sell that, I might go grab one. I don't have anywhere to play it, but I'll have it. I don't have a DVD player, but at least I'll have it, as a collection. I know they had a box set. I don't know if they still sell. I'm probably sure I can find it on eBay or something. But anyway, you know. So I'm gonna play a couple of my favorite scenes from the Cosby Show. This was one of my favorites. This is when I think him and Justine, who was played by the late great Michelle Williams, who passed away in 1998 of stomach cancer. So rest in peace. She never got to really fully live out her life. Very beautiful woman. But this scene was between him and Bill Cosby playing Heathcliff Huxtable, and he was trying to teach him how to plead to get his woman back. Are you gonna let me back in? We're done. Okay, let me back. Usually they'll just let you back in after you stop playing the video, but I guess in this case they're not going to. Oh, there we go. I'm back. 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 You know what's so crazy is this video is everywhere on YouTube. Like this particular scene is posted everywhere on YouTube. All of a sudden, AJ does it, and I'm the drama. Y'all don't take down anybody else's shorts. Y'all don't take down anybody else's posts of this whole damn scene. All of a sudden, I'm the problem. I'm the drama. Anyway, so we know how that scene ends. He ends up with no money in the end. And like Prince said, hold on, let me get Prince's comment. That was a good one. There you go. Liberal math versus Republican math, pretty much. Money, 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 money. We just got free money. It's all free. We all get to have money, 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 money. That's not how that works, you know. So this was a great life lesson, you know. And, you know, when you grow up like me without a father, you know, you have father figures like Bill Cosby, like Carl Winslow, um uh um uh uh what was Dr. Phil, not Dr. Phil, yeah, Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil, Philip Banks, stuff like that. But um my ultimate childhood father was Denzel Washington. That was my ultimate childhood father. Was Denzel Washington. Uh anyway, I did not know this, but in 2015, Malcolm-Jamal Warner received a Grammy for Best Traditional R&B Performance for the song "Jesus Children." That was on the Robert Glasper Experiments project, and it also featured Layla Hathaway. And I listened to the song this morning because as I was researching like his background. Um, Beautiful. It's a beautiful song. His poetry, Layla Hathaway's voice, just beautiful. So I'll send it. I'll send it to people whose phone numbers I have. Actually, I'll post it in my Discord as well for those who are in my Discord. If you haven't joined my Discord, join my Discord. AJ's Rant Room. Um, anyway, um, just a loss. Not just for entertainment, but for life. You know, good people. You know, good people are always just snatched away. You know, meanwhile, you got all these degenerates still running around here. I'm gonna shut up though. You know, Malcolm Jamal left a hell of a legacy behind. You know, we will be looking at the clips forever. We'll be getting our YouTube streams paused and postponed forever. But and I bet you if I just posted this scene like just to YouTube with no issue, I probably wouldn't even get a strike. But you know, it is what it is. Um Jesus Children was the name of the song. He won the Grammy for Best Traditional R&B Performance. And he did a spoken word part. Layla Hathaway laid the vocals down, and Robert Glasper Experiment, you know, did what they did. Um, laid down an amazing musical track. But this is one of those Kobe Bryant moments. Noel, I think it was you who texted me when Kobe died. I think it was you, and but you didn't know Kobe died. You said that his daughter had gotten a helicopter accident, and so I got on the Googles and realized that it wasn't just Gigi, it was also Kobe and seven other people. So, just one of those you remember where you were moments. Yeah, this was Malcolm-Jamal Warner for me. So I just wanted to take a moment today and use an extended period of time to really look back at a legacy and a life and all of the industry connects. Bill Cosby posted a statement, said that Malcolm Jamal reminded him of his son Ennis. His son Ennis, I believe, he was killed in a botch robbery um in the 90s, I believe. So I should have looked that up, but I believe it was the 90s. And that was a crazy moment. And again, life is short. You never know when your card is gonna be pulled. So live your damn life. Enjoy your life. Make the most of it. Don't just work to pay bills. Don't just work to be a slave to rent and mortgage and whatever. You know, if you're not making money to enjoy what you're building, then I don't get it. I'm just wired differently. But yes, the Theo character was based on Ennis Cosby, which was crazy 'cause I think Ennis Cosby was the only son as well. Um, and a fun fact: Rudy, the character Rudy, played by Keisha Knight Pulliam, was supposed to be a boy as well, but they ended up casting Keisha Knight Pulliam, so it actually worked out. I couldn't see Rudy as a boy, so it worked out the way it was supposed to. But rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal. We'll enjoy your artistry forever and ever, just like we'll enjoy Kobe clips forever and ever. And just so y'all know, if anything ever happens to Russell Wilson or to Janet Jackson, call me. I'm probably not okay. There's just something. Yeah, the reason why I dig Russ as well. Russ, Malcolm, Jamal, Kobe. Just something about the awkward black boy. As an awkward black boy, it's just good to know that you're not the only one. Lenny Kravitz, just good to know you're not the only one. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna get off here and figure out what YouTube has done to suppress this stream, so I'll probably have to cut out that whole segment with the video, but it is what it is. I came, I saw, I tried, but I thank you so much, and hopefully I paid somewhat of a good tribute to Malcolm Jamal and his legacy. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow on the next one.